Okay, I have a principal challenge for the next 2 weeks. And the winners are going to get a popsicle principal playtime for 1 hour on May 16th, okay? And here is how you can win it. I know, and teachers know, that at the end of the year, we can get excited, we can get a little extra anxious, we can get stressed out, both teachers and kids. And so a lot of times what happens is these last few weeks of school, as we're starting to get excited, thinking about the lake, thinking about swimming lessons, thinking about your baseball team, thinking about soccer, thinking about all these fun things that you have planned for the summer, we just get excited and our bodies get busier, and sometimes we kind of lose self-control. And so what happens is it makes it harder for teachers to manage classrooms. And so now is the time for us to really work hard on self-control. And although it's not easy to do all the time, it might be easier if there's a little bit of an incentive to make you focus on yourself, your temperance, using the virtue of circumspection and all of the other virtues that we've learned this year. And so what I have come up with is a little game, a school game for us. And it is going to reflect on virtuous behavior. I'm the boss, I'm in charge. So I am going to award stars for every classroom when I walk by, which I do many times a day. So if I walk by your classroom and I see that you are doing the expectation and your class is either listening to the lesson if you're supposed to be listening, if it's group work time and your class is working effectively in groups, it doesn't mean you have to be totally silent. It means you're following your teacher's expectations. If it's playtime or center time in your classroom and it's busy, but everybody's engaged in doing what you're supposed to be doing, your class is going to get a star. And so I can also do this by using my remote control and logging in to the cameras in your room so I can see and hear what you're doing. And I can also give stars by checking in with your teachers. For example, if you go on a field trip, because I'm not going to be on all of the field trips. And so if I check in with your teachers and I find out that you had exceptional behavior on a field trip, then I will give stars for that. So I just want to show you a little bit about the virtue board that I created in my office here. Let me flip my camera around for you. Okay, this is the virtue board. This is where I'm going to keep track of all of the stars. And we have 3 different groups, and I organize the groups by different wings, by different hallways. So group 1 is going to be the pre-K and kindergarten hallway. You can see we've got Mrs. Persons, Miss Strand, Miss Funk, and Miss Weesey. And you'll get stars under your name when you are caught being great. When you're caught listening to your teacher, doing the right things, okay? Group 2 is going to be that next wing with the 1st and 2nd grade classrooms in that hallway. Mrs. Balvik, Miss Stanley, Miss Forster, and Miss Lamp. And then our 3rd group is going to be our older students. And although, yes, there are 6 of you classrooms competing compared to 4, older students do have a little bit more maturity and should be able to offer more self-control. So we've got Mrs. Boehm, Miss Paul, Mrs. Brown, Mr. Savageau, Mrs. Meyer, and Mrs. Sullivan. So this is the master virtue board. And I will send a snapshot or a picture of this updated at the end of every day, or maybe in the morning. I'll send it to the classroom teachers so you can share with your students where everybody's at for stars and your star earnings. And that way you kind of know how your class is doing compared to the other classes in your group. Then on May 16th, it's a Wednesday. I don't see that anybody has any field trips or any outings at that time. I will organize with the 3 winning classrooms, I will organize a principal playtime with popsicles outside for a full hour. I will take you all outside. And so we will get that organized if there's winners. Now, what if there's a tie? If there's a tie, and then you both get to go, both classes. I'm going to take the top earners out of each of those categories, and then we will organize it. So how do you earn the stars? Again, you can't ask for stars. It's got to be, when you have virtuous behavior, it means that you are doing the act of good without needing recognition. And so I am going to be looking and giving stars when you don't even know I'm looking, by, like I said, logging into the cameras here with my remote control in your classrooms, which I can see and hear. And also on the playground, I have cameras out there too. And so also checking in with your teachers for field trips, those sorts of things. And also just when I walk by your classroom, if you're doing the right thing, you're going to get a star. You're going to get stars if you are working appropriately and being respectful. So what does that mean for you? That means for you as students, you have to be working extra hard to have great self-control. It's hard at the end of the year, so you're going to have to encourage each other to have good self-control. Help each other, help your teacher manage the class. That means that you're listening. If you get a reminder from your teacher, they might just need to say, okay, hey, we need a 5 to 10 second reset because we are getting too crazy right now. Reset ourselves. Let's try again. Okay? There is still learning that has to be done. Every teacher in their report card has the button to push, moves to the next grade level, stays in the grade level. And so now is not the time to be acting up now, because they're going to be getting ready to push those buttons, advances to the next grade or does not advance to the next grade. Now is the time for you to really be proving to your teachers that you are ready to move on to the next grade. So we definitely don't want to see the worst behavior at the end of the year. It's going to take self-control. So that is my challenge for you. Everybody's starting with 0 stars, but I am going to start to give stars today, okay? And I will update a picture. I will try to get an updated picture at least every day, if not every other day, just to kind of update you on where everybody's standing, okay? And so I want it to be a friendly competition. Everybody is going to have the same fair choices, because if I'm walking through your hallway, I'm going to check everybody's classroom at that time, not just one. So it's going to be a fair option. So when I'm checking classrooms, everybody in your category is going to get their classrooms checked at the same time. I'm going to do it multiple times throughout the day. I'm also going to be doing it during lunchtime, because I know lunchtime can sometimes get a little chaotic. So I may even give double stars if I'm finding that if there's 3 classrooms that are extra crazy, but one class is really doing a great job, I might give you a bonus star. I might give you 2. So that is the game. I got the Virtue board ready to go. And this is going to be the principal challenge for the last 2 weeks of school here through the 16th, okay? Through the 16th, you've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks to just be on your very best behavior. And of course, we want the best behavior the last few days of school too, with Camp Learned a Lot and those things. But I can give the reward on the 16th. That is a great day for us to have that outside play day, the popsicle play day. And so let's just practice our virtues. Let's be great for ourselves. Encourage your classmates and your friends to remind them that you are being monitored for stars and those sorts of things. And so I am really excited to get this going. So Principal Popsicle Playtime coming on May 16th for 3 winners that get the most stars for excellent virtuous behavior as a class. All right, go Deacons. Show me what you got.